You ever have problems trying to figure out exactly how you want to do a forever world? How exactly do you start one? How do you play it? Is there a goal that you want? Well, forever worlds don't really have an end goal because they're forever worlds. You want to keep playing them forever. But it's really kind of hard to figure out exactly what you want to do in your forever world. But there are a lot of options, of course. Now, for me, my main focus is building. I want to build lots and lots of things. And some other people prefer to do a lot of exploration, expand your territory. Now, of course, there are some drawbacks and some advantages to both. For building, of course, if you're staying in one small area, I think one of the main things is having a consistent style throughout, at least in one region. But you can always, change things up a bit, right? And if you like exploring, well, you're going to be covering a lot of territory. And when you do that, it's going to be, well, let's just say you're building in the middle of that large territory and you have explored so much of your world and you've actually built out in those areas as well. And let's say you've got things like, well, the Pale Oak here, the Pale Gardens. Now, this world is actually it's I guess you call it my test world for Labyrinthum. And I only recently updated this world, actually today. I'm now in 1.21.5 for this world, so I managed to find the Pale Garden right away. And because of this, wow, now that's a view. Because of this, I haven't really gone very far in the actual original world, the one that I'm building in, I do know that there's a Pale Oak not very far from where I am building. So, or not Pale Oak, but a Pale Garden. So it's kind of easy for me to get to that location. But if you're building, or if you're traveling long distances, you may have to do a few things like, well, trimming chunks. And if you're not very good at doing more technical things, maybe it's a little bit more intimidating for you to do that. So, it's really up to you. Do you want to continue expanding for a long distance, or do you want to stay in one small area? Now, I do have advice. If you want to run a long-term world, I wouldn't go too far away. At least work on one area first. And if you want to try a new area, then sure, go right ahead. Move to that new area. But try to limit your exploration as much as you can. Or, what I'm doing is I have this test world again. And if you take a look at it right here, I have explored a lot. And on this channel, much of this exploration is from just walking around. Now, the area that I have explored in the original world, this is where I've been building. So I've explored maybe down to here and down here. I haven't gone down here at all. I've been up around here and just a little bit into this area and mostly around here. I haven't gone beyond these mountains. That's the thing. I've been here, of course. So I have only explored this small area. Now, I do know that there's a Pale Oak up here because I have a second test world that I've been using. And make sure I'm going in the right direction. That's not what I meant to do there. But yeah, as you can see, I'm not exploring very far at all. And that allows me to have easy access to the new biomes when they do finally appear. So, Pale Gardens are not very far from where I have built my original village. So it's going to be pretty easy for me to get there. And other biomes, well, things like these wildflowers, as well as leaf litter, and once I get to water, things like, well, bushes. Bushes are pretty much anywhere. But it's the firefly bushes that I'm interested in. And that's also not going to be very far from where I've been building. So it's going to be easy for me to get these things. And I don't have to go far. I probably don't even have to go a full day's walk away. Although with the Pale Gardens, I'm going to have to take a bed because I don't want to be caught there at night. No, not at all. But in situations like that, it's a really big advantage for me. Since... Huh? Well, this is strange. Well, we've got a spruce tree there. That's a tiny taiga. Incredibly tiny taiga. I was very confused by those sweetberry bushes there. They don't grow in birch forests? Oh. Well, you get those tiny biomes sometimes. But yeah. Let's get back on topic. So I have that really big advantage since I don't have to go very far to find those new biomes or those new things. And if you've covered a large area already, it's not easy to find. So you have to go even farther away unless you trim the trunks. Trim the chunks. Wow. But you, of course, you do you. And I'm kind of interested in finding out if you have a forever world. What do you prefer to do? Do you like to go out and explore a long way away? Or do you prefer to stay in one area and after each update, you expand your territory a bit with new things or new biomes and so on? I am really curious how you do it. As I've seen some people who have had massive worlds that they've been playing on for years, and just to go out and find these new biomes and new items and things, it would take them a long time. That is... I don't know, that is something that I'm not sure I would have a lot of patience to do. But that's just me. So, I would like you to tell me, what is your method for a forever world? Or is it something completely different than what I said? Let me know in the comments below. If you like videos like this, then please consider subscribing to this channel. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.